Alright, ladies and gentlemen, today is going to be a special episode of the Red and Arrow podcast. Like I said yesterday, today is all about Arrow, and I'm going to talk a little bit, and I'm going to let him take over. So today's episode is going to be Arrow talking about the best sword wielders. If he's focusing on the ground, it's because he's looking at his tablet, because he looked up top
sword wielders in anime.
Yes, and so I wanted to get his opinion on the list, and he's going to start off with somebody at 63 to give, because he said that's disrespectful, but so he's going to start at 63, then he's going to scroll back up to the top and work his way down. So, Arrow, if you wouldn't mind, let us know who the best sword wielders are on that list.
Okay, so as he said, this is me basically ranking who I think, in my opinion, are top 10 strongest sword wielders. On this list, I'm started with Shinji Hirako from Bleach. They completely disrespected him on this list, putting him at 63. And for you guys who have watched the 1,000 Year Blood War arc of Bleach, and for those of you who haven't, I'm sorry, spoiler.
Spoiler.
Shinji, his Shikai release. Hold on, it just.
Of course it did.
Out of it. Scroll back down to Shinji real quick. Okay. But basically, Shinji's Shikai release, it messes with your sense of direction. So up would be down would be up, left is right is left. And when he releases his Bankai, it's so much worse. Because it messes with more than just your directional sense. It messes with all of your senses and throws you off track. And the fact that they put him at 63, and they have Olivier Mira Armstrong from Full Metal Alchemist at 61 is just disrespectful, because Shinji would completely stomp Armstrong. But there's Shinji. I would put, for now, I'm going to put Shinji. I'm going to put him at 10 for now.
Okay.
And I'll go from there.
Yep.
I'm going to try and do swordsmen from different animes to kind of scale this out a little more. So Rin no Kumura, for you guys who haven't watched that, Rin no Kumura is the son of Satan and Blue Exorcist, and he learns about his powers after the first episode, when his adopted father, who is a priest, where he trains in a private school where he learns to become an exorcist. I'm going to put him at 9 for now.
See, I thought you were on... Do you know of Sephiroth? Sephiroth?
I've never played Kingdom Hearts, so...
Oh, Final Fantasy.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts and Final Fantasy.
Right.
I've never played either of them, so... I've played Devil May Cry, but I'm not... I don't really... I can't
What
really...
are you going to do if Kratos is on there, like top 20? I'm not going to count Itachi as a sword wielder. Not Trunks?
He's more of a saint, so I'm not going to really go that far.
Okay.
Goldie Roger. If you haven't watched One Piece, this man is a fucking legend among the One Piece universe. put him at 8 for now. We'll go Urza Scarlet for 7 for now.
And that's Fairy Tail. If you
That is
guys
from
watched
Fairy
Wednesday's
Tail.
episode, talked about Fairy Tail.
If you haven't watched it, give it a little sneak peek.
Give it a little looky look.
Now, I am also going to do... I'll probably have 3 from this list that are from the same anime, because I'm going to put Trafalgar Law, who is also from One Piece, on here. I might have 4, because I might put Oda on here as well. We're going to put Tengen Uzui from Demon Slayer. So many Bleach characters too, like Shusui and Kurako.
Now, is Bleach focus on sword wielders?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay.
That's all that is. Same with Demon Slayer, that's focused on sword wielders. So, yeah, Bleach, Demon Slayer. I think that's really it so far.
We just broke 30 on this list. Now, granted, we started halfway through, I believe, with 63, but he's just now getting to the top 30 list.
We're going to put Yami from Black Clover on here. Do we have a Naruto character on here? No, we do not. We're going to put... Do I want to put Sasuke or do I want to put Zabuza? Not Zabuza, Kisame. Put Kisame on here from Naruto. Scroll back up. No more. Do I consider Silver's Rayleigh a sword wheeler? I don't think I would. The only reason he uses a sword is because of his armament hockey. Oh, speaking of Zabuza. I'm not going to try and put any of the main characters on here, so I'm not going to put Ichigo Kurosaki. I will put Kirito, though. Kirito's an exception. People trash on Sword Art Online so much that it's not
I keep
funny.
seeing videos on my TikTok of people that go to, like, Comic-Cons. They're like, what's the worst anime?
And they say Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
I understand it at the same time as I don't understand it. Like, I get it. Season 1 was great. I liked Season 2 when they got to Elfheim. I hated Season 3, which was Gun Gale. That season just threw me for a loop, and I was just dumb. Like, they took incest to a whole new level on that.
Lord have mercy.
When Kirito was partnered up with his sister without realizing it.
I mean, but then is it really if he didn't know it at first?
Well, they didn't do anything that
okay.
was incest, but it was just...
It was implied?
It was a weird collaboration because his sister was fawning over Kirito as she liked him, and then she found out, and it just threw the whole thing out of whack. But then the 4th season with Alicization, I liked that. If they do more, I'm not sure really what they can do as far as game-wise. because it's all game experience, but it's just it's out there. We're about Akame from Akame Ga Kill. Man, I already at 10. That's
Yep.
crazy.
Alright, so I'm going to do something special with this list.
What's that?
So, with this list that you just made, if you were to create a tournament for Fight to the Death, 10's going to take 9, 8's going to take 7, 6's going to take 5, 4's going to take 3, and 2's going to take 1. Who's surviving and who's making it to... So, 10 versus 9, who's winning, blah, 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 and who's going to take the overall tournament, do you think?
Oh, Shinji's beating Reno Kumara, no problem.
Okay.
Gold D. Rogers beating Urza Scarlet.
Okay.
Trafalgar Law is probably beating Tengen Uzui.
Okay.
Ooh, between Kisame and Yami.
Mm-hmm.
I might give that to Kisame.
Mm-hmm.
Then for Kirito and Akame, I'm probably going to give that to Akame because she's quite literally in an assassin's guild. So that's check mark. Gone.
Mm-hmm.
Gone. Gone. Oh, okay, I already marked that.
All right, so now next. 10's with 8. 6 with...
Ooh, Shinji with Gold D. Roger. I'm probably going to give that Shinji Gold D. Roger. I'm probably going to give that to Gold D. Roger.
Okay. All right, so now with this next one...
Trafalgar Law versus Kisame.
Yep.
That's going to Trafalgar.
Okay.
So Akame got a bye.
Yep. So now let's make this a triple threat type thing. They're all hurt, they're all injured, but now it's like, hey, now you three have got to fight each other. Who's in this different type of scenario? Who is winning this triple threat type scenario?
Well, alright, let's see. We got Goldie Roger, Trafalgar Law, and Akame from Akame Got Killed.
Yep.
If Akame uses her sword ability where she cuts herself, because if she cuts somebody's skin with her sword, it's instant death.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, straight instant death.
Wait, so how is she not the greatest?
If she cuts herself with it, she gets like this, I don't want to call it a rage power, but it like increases her speed and shit, and it basically increases everything.
Mm-hmm. But if that's the case, then why isn't she the greatest sword wielder of all time? If when she touches you with it.
When it comes to technique, I think Goldie Roger and Trafalgar have her beat.
Okay.
So I did. Akame's gone out of that.
Damn.
No, I don't think Goldie Roger had a devil fruit. And for those of you who don't know, if you eat a devil fruit, you're no longer able to swim.
What?
Yep.
Okay.
No longer able to swim.
Okay.
And if you touch water, you literally, it weakens you and you're not able to use your ability.
Good God.
Yeah.
See, worst things about the ocean, right there.
Well, especially if you face the Grand Line beasts of the water, they're probably 6 times taller than this house that we're in right now.
God damn.
They're huge. Ooh, Goldie Roger and Trafalgar Law. Goldie Roger's hockey far surpasses Trafalgar's, being armament and observation and God, why can't I think of the last hockey? Conquerors. Jesus. Because I don't think Trafalgar has Conqueror's Hockey.
Mm-hmm.
So Goldie Roger already hasn't beaten that. But I think Trafalgar's strong enough to not collapse because of his Conquerors. Because if you've watched the anime, if you released a Conqueror's Hockey, anybody who's not necessarily weaker than you, but who doesn't possess at least some kind of hockey, just collapses and is knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Trafalgar's strong enough not to do that. Trafalgar doesn't have observation hockey. Goldie Roger does, though. They both have armament hockey, but Goldie Roger's far surpasses Trafalgar's. This all comes down to how Trafalgar uses his devil fruit, which is the Ope Ope fruit, or the, oh my god, what do they call it? Oh my god. What do they call this devil? What is it called besides that? Okay, so I don't know the actual other name that you can call it by, but it's called the Ope Ope no Mi. Basically, it's his devil fruit lets him... The only way he's able to use it, well, the only way anybody's able to use it if you get it, is you have to have a medical background and have knowledge of basically medicine, medical operations, surgeries, and Law has a background in that, so that's the reason he's able to use that devil fruit. And basically he creates this room, which is basically a subspace that acts as his operating room. Facing Goldie Roger, though. I'm gonna give it to Trafalgar, mainly because of his devil fruit.
Okay.
In all other aspects, Roger has him beat, though. Like, if he didn't have his devil fruit, Trafalgar would lose instantly.
Would Trafalgar have ever made it to the top three if it wasn't for his devil fruit?
Probably not.
So, if it wasn't for his devil fruit, would he have beat number 5?
What the hell?
10-9, 8-7, 6-5. Would Trafalgar ever have beaten that person if he didn't have his devil fruit?
No. Tengen Uzui would have wiped the floor with him.
Damn.
Even with his armament hockey. Like, he still got the armament hockey in that, but he only applies that to his sword. I've never seen him, from where I am, I've never seen him apply it to, like, his body at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would say Tengen Uzui, the sound Hashira from Demon Slayer, would have, if Trafalgar didn't have his devil fruit, Tengen Uzui would win.
Alright, so I gotta ask you, from the people who aren't on that list of main protagonists, who do you think is the best sword wielders?
Well, there's not many main protagonist sword wielders that I know of. I know there's Ichigo.
Leonardo.
There's, I guess you could say Meliodas from the Seven Deadly Sins. But there's Ichigo, Meliodas, Kirito. One Piece doesn't have a main protagonist because Luffy only uses his fist. I guess if you did the side protagonist, which is his right-hand man on his crew, Rono Zoro.
He was number 1 on the list.
Yes, he was. He was indeed number 1 on that list.
I know, because I'm a genius. I pay attention. I know what I'm doing. Do you agree with that?
There's Guts, but I'm not. I haven't watched Berserk, so I can't really say much about Guts. Do I agree with Rono Zoro being number 1 on this list?
Yep.
Not really. Mainly because there's people on here that are just far better with a sword. Like, for me, I would say Mihawk in One Piece is still stronger than Rono Zoro. But that's only because they haven't re-fought each other. So as of right now, I would say Mihawk is still stronger.
Okay. So what makes someone the best sword wielder, in your opinion?
Oh god, you can't really go by power scaling because each verse has a different power scaling. I guess it would all come down to technique and just how you use a sword.
But with Zoro, though, he uses multiple swords, right? So wouldn't that...
So Rono Zoro uses 3-sword style.
Yeah.
Then there's Killer Bee from Naruto. He uses 8 swords.
Why?
If you've seen that man fight, you'll know why.
Okay.
Man is a menace with 8 swords.
Okay.
Kirito, he uses dual wielding. He's the only one in Sword Art Online who has the skill to dual wield. Yeah, it just comes down to technique. You can't do power scaling because each verse has a different power scaling.
Now, are you looking for strictly sword wielding, or what if someone sword wields but also dabbles in like magic and they incorporate that? Like if you're winning and they hit you with a okaka, then would you consider them a dominant sword wielder, or does it strictly mean sword wielding for you?
See, if you put magic into it, that's bringing power scaling.
Okay.
If that was the case, then I would just like if every verse had magic to apply to their sword, I would just say bring Asta to that fight and he's beating them all.
Okay.
Because Asta's magic, his grimoire, is a 5-leaf clover grimoire which incites the devil.
Mm-hmm.
And his grimoire power from that devil grimoire is anti-magic, which he can literally cut or deflect the magic thrown at him back at the other person.
Okay. I mean, damn. Okay, so I guess we will end it here with you saying Lager is the best on the list. If it wasn't for his devil fruit, he wouldn't have made top 3. So I guess next week we'll talk about your opinion on other wielders, and we'll get you to create like a whole like team of people. So that way, by like the end of the month, you'll give us like your top 10 of staffs. So I'm going off of TMNT style, so sword wielder. I could say size, nunchucks, staff, and I guess with Casey you could do like unnatural weapons, like if someone is like can throw rocks and shit, or something that's not a primary weapon.
There's not many people that use. I don't think there's any anime character that uses size, like Raphael from the Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
There's some that use bow staffs.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I've ever seen. I mean, I guess I could say Bond from the Seven Deadly Sins, but those aren't really nunchucks.
Right. Well, with that being said, folks, tomorrow is the end of the week. We'll be talking about camp stuff. I'm excited for it because one day these guys are coming up to my camp, and it's gonna be fun. But tomorrow I'll be talking about camp snacks and activities. I'm gonna have fun with it. You're good. I'm gonna give you what I eat at camp, and then you're gonna give me your opinion on that. So with that being said, see you tomorrow.